The Game Awards are tonight, guys, and I want to go over, the nominees, but I also want to kind of give you guys my predictions on who I believe is going to win, and then I also want to talk about who should win, like what games and esports players and things of that nature, who should win these upcoming, these awards from the Video Game Awards, which is the biggest night for video games in general, guys. It's a huge night, absolutely awesome. This is starting to become like, the Academy Awards, but for gaming, and it's pretty awesome to say the least. So it's going to be coming in about 5 hours, guys. We'll know the answers to a lot of these questions. But like I said, I want to make this kind of like a two-part where it's, we're talking about what games I believe are going to win and what games should win. So to go right off the bat here, guys, Game of the Year. And look, we've got Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and The Last of Us Part 2. I think this night is going to be set for some controversy, which there always is, guys. There's always going to be some controversy with who wins and who loses and things of that nature. Who do I think is going to win? I believe The Last of Us Part 2 is going to win, guys, which might be controversial, but I do believe it will win Game of the Year. The only thing that would hold it back would be that the multiplayer wasn't finished yet. But from a story perspective, guys, The Last of Us Part 2 was absolutely, it just never let go. You just were consistently on your toes. If we wanted to argue, against The Last of Us Part 2, I would say that the other one that has a very good shot at winning is Ghost of Tsushima. Unbelievable story, unbelievable visuals and things of that nature. I do think that it's going to be between these two games of a lot of the awards throughout the course of the night. So, best game direction. Guys, I've got to go, even though I loved The Last of Us Part 2, I know it's, a lot of people didn't like it, a lot of people did like it. I love The Last of Us Part 2. I really don't see it winning best game direction. I actually would probably say this is one that I believe Ghost of Tsushima has a really good chance. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Half-Life, Alex, and The Last of Us Part 2. I would say, guys, to me, Ghost of Tsushima, Half-Life, Alex, and The Last of Us Part 2 have the best chances, but I would probably say that Ghost of Tsushima will win best game direction. Best narrative. This is interesting. You've got 13 Sentinels, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us Part 2. As far as the narrative is concerned, this is one that I could totally see The Last of Us Part 2 taking, but the other thing is Ghost of Tsushima very well might win this one as well. It's hard to say. I'm going to say The Last of Us Part 2 gets the best narrative, but Ghost of Tsushima is right on its heels. Best art direction. This is another really interesting one, guys. Final Fantasy VII Remake, which got nominated for a lot of stuff as well. So we might have to show some love to the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I just don't believe that remakes should be up for all of these awards, guys, because they're technically remakes of something that already came out in the past. So I usually don't give... I probably won't say that any remake should win an award at the Game Awards. That's just my opinion. But Ghost of Tsushima is another, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and The Last of Us Part 2. Art direction, guys, you got to give it to either Ghost of Tsushima or Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I would love to see Ori and the Will of the Wisps win this one. I think it was absolutely stunning what they were able to do with Ori and the Will of the Wisps. But I do kind of feel that Ghost of Tsushima is probably going to win this one. But I think it's between those two. But you never know. The Last of Us Part 2 might win that one as well. Now, best score and music. This one, guys, obviously we have Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Hades, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and The Last of Us Part 2. I believe The Last of Us Part 2 should win this in a landslide. I think The Last of Us Part 2's score and music were absolutely incredible throughout the entirety of the game. I'm going to say that this one should not even be close. So I'm going to go with The Last of Us Part 2. Best audio design. This kind of goes hand in hand for me with the last segment, which was music and score. But Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Ghost of Tsushima, Resident Evil 3, and The Last of Us Part 2. I'm going to say once again, guys, that The Last of Us Part 2 should absolutely win. It had you on the, throughout the course of the game, the audio put you into environments that were unnerving, that were very, it was hard to get through certain segments of The Last of Us Part 2 because it was so intense. Those areas where you don't want to go down, a certain hallway, but it forces you to go down there if you want to continue onwards. They just did such a good job, that being Naughty Dog, at the audio design of this game. I think that it should win in a landslide as well. So best performance, this is a really tough one, guys. You, of course, have Ashley Johnson as Ellie, Laura Bailey as Abby, Daisuke Tsuji as Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima, Logan Cunningham as Hades, or Najee Jeter as Miles Morales from the Spider-Man Miles Morales. To me, guys, honestly, I feel like you got to give it to one of the either Ashley Johnson or Laura Bailey for The Last of Us Part 2. I thought that both of them did a phenomenal job. I would probably give it to Ashley Johnson as Ellie. However, I've stated, when I did my review of The Last of Us Part 2, you guys can check that out, and you can check all my Last of Us Part 2 content here on the YouTube channel. I stated that I didn't really like the character direction of Ellie in particular. I just didn't like how bitter she was towards Joel and the way she treated him. But I know that's not, that's not Ashley Johnson's fault. That's just the way that the direction of, the character went. I'm gonna give it to Abby, that being Laura Bailey. I think that she did an absolutely incredible job. But once again, guys, any of these guys could win. Any one of these awards. They're all very talented in at the very least. But I would give it to Laura Bailey. Games for Impact, I'm not going to go over that. I did not play any of those games. Best ongoing, this is an interesting one. This is awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. And you got Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky. Obviously, guys, for me, Fortnite does a really good job consistently with having these huge events that people are coming back for to play the events and such. But I'm going to give this one to Call of Duty Warzone. They surpassed, I believe, like 83 million players. They've been growing it over time, and now they're integrating it into Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And it sounds like Warzone's going to be integrated into each Call of Duty more moving forward. They just keep on breaking huge records, guys, as far as like player count and things of that nature, adding content consistently to Warzone. I think it's one of the best BRs in the world right now, so I'm going to give it to Warzone. Best indie game, I'm not really going to probably get into that because I did not play all of these, so I'm not going to really do that. But I will talk about best mobile game. This one's really tough for me. We got Among Us, you have Call of Duty Mobile, you have Genshin Impact, you have Legends of Runeterra, and Pokemon Cafe Mix. Guys, it's hard with what Call of Duty is doing right now, it's hard to say that, they shouldn't win the best mobile game just because, obviously, the content that's going into that game and the amount of downloads they have Call of Duty Mobile being. I gotta say though, Legends of Runeterra is really special as well. So I would like to see Legends of Runeterra win. I would even be up for seeing Among Us win. But part of me thinks that Call of Duty Mobile is going to take best mobile game. And then as far as best community support, you got Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Fall Guys, Ultimate Knockout, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, and Valorant. Probably to me, guys, I think this one you got to give to No Man's Sky. And the reason is, guys, is because of that community support that it's where it is right now. It's one of the best comeback stories, if not the best comeback story in video game history. How No Man's Sky started and where they are now with Hello Games just did an absolutely incredible job by taking community feedback and implementing it into your game. No Man's Sky is continuing to raise the bar in that field, and so I believe that they should win best community support, and I don't even think it's close. Best VR AR. So you got Dreams, Half-Life Alyx, Marvel's Iron Man VR, Star Wars Squadrons, and The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. I think that this, guys, should be Half-Life Alyx in a landslide. I thought Half-Life Alyx did a great job. You know, as far as that title is concerned, it's very unfortunate, to me at least, that Half-Life Alyx was only a VR title and did not come to consoles and PC. I think that it really would have been a much bigger game, in my opinion, had it gone to all of those. But nonetheless, I still think that it's going to win the best VR game, and I think it should win the best VR game. The detail and all of those things that Valve put into this, it definitely shows. Now, innovation in accessibility. This is recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. So you've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Grounded, Hyperdot, The Last of Us Part 2, and Watch Dogs Legion. So this one is a very interesting one, guys. To me, it has to be The Last of Us Part 2 because of just the technology from I mean, you know, just the content that you're getting in The Last of Us Part 2 and the quality of content is incredible. Like on PlayStation 4, what they were able to do with The Last of Us Part 2, it is incredible what they were able to accomplish there. I love what Assassin's Creed Valhalla did. I love what Watch Dogs Legion did as well. They're kind of evolving those franchises. But The Last of Us Part 2, guys, definitely should win this award, in my opinion. Best action. This is an interesting one, guys. So you've got Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, Neo 2, and Streets of Rage 4. To me, Doom Eternal should absolutely win Best Action, in my opinion. And I don't even think it's close. The closest one to me would be Neo 2, but I believe that Doom Eternal should absolutely win this one. The action is absolutely phenomenal in Doom Eternal. Best action adventure game. This is going to be a really tough one. You've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ghost of Tsushima, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and The Last of Us Part 2. Part of me thinks, guys, that you know, this is kind of between three games in my personal opinion. I think Ghost of Tsushima had a great, you know, from action and adventure, I think it was definitely there. Assassin's Creed Valhalla was there as well. To me, though, this one comes down to like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and The Last of Us Part 2. Part of me says The Last of Us because I think that throughout some of these awards, you'll notice that some games, individual games, will build momentum. I think The Last of Us Part 2 will win the action adventure, but I think I would like to see Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order or Spider-Man Miles Morales win this one because I think that those two were very well done when it comes to an action adventure perspective. Best role-playing game, you have Final Fantasy VII Remake, Genshin Impact, Persona 5 Royal, Wasteland 3, and Yakuza Like a Dragon. So best role-playing, guys, look, I mean, I wouldn't want to see Final Fantasy VII Remake win any of these because it's a remake, but I think this is the best shot it's got at winning a best role-playing game. I would like to see, though, I'd really like to see Wasteland 3 win this one. I would really like to see it win. I could see Final Fantasy VII Remake winning it, though, at the same time. Best fighting game, you have Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, Street Fighter V Champion Edition, One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows, and Under Night in Birth X, which is late, CLR. What should win this one, guys? Mortal Kombat 11 should win Best Fighting Game of the Year every year until, until another Mortal Kombat comes out. I love Mortal Kombat 11, guys. I think it's absolutely incredible. Mortal Kombat 11 is no exception. It absolutely should win. I could see Street Fighter V Champion Edition winning, though, but I would love to see Mortal Kombat 11 win that one. Best family game, you have Animal Crossing New Horizons, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, Minecraft Dungeons, and Paper Mario, The Origami King. I think this one comes down to 2 titles, guys. I believe it comes down to Animal Crossing New Horizons and Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. Part of me thinks that Fall Guys is going to win, but the other part of me thinks that Animal Crossing New Horizons is going to win this one. I think it should win this one as well. And then the best sim strategy game, this is an interesting one. You got Crusader Kings 3, Desperados 3, Gears Tactics, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and XCOM Chimera Squad. So this one I think comes down to 2 titles. One is Desperados 3 and second is Gears Tactics. I want to see Gears Tactics win this. I think that would be absolutely huge for Gears of War as a whole to win this award. I'd love to see them win. I think they should win, but Desperados 3 very well might win this one as well. As far as sports and racing, best sports racing game, you got Dirt 5, F1 2020, FIFA 21, NBA 2K21, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. And this is a really hard one, guys. Part of me thinks that Dirt 5 is going to win it. Another part of me wants to see F1 2020 win it. But at the end of the day, I feel that it's probably going to come down to those 2, potentially FIFA 21. But I don't, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 I think is great, and I wouldn't be surprised if it would win, but it's another remake, so I would rather see like F1 2020 or Dirt 5 take this one. And then best multiplayer, you got Animal Crossing New Horizons, Among Us, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, and Valorant. This one comes down to a couple of these games. I could see any one of them winning, guys. I don't think I can see Animal Crossing win, but I think it really comes down to, for me at least, Call of Duty Warzone and Valorant. Fall Guys is huge, guys. Among Us is huge, and I wouldn't be surprised to see either one of those win. I think that Call of Duty Warzone should win best multiplayer, but I wouldn't be surprised if Valorant won this one. Or Fall Guys or Among Us. But Call of Duty Warzone, with the content they're putting in, it's accessible for everyone. It's very easy to understand, very easy to kind of dive in and play. Valorant is a little bit more complex, so I'm going to give it to Call of Duty Warzone. Content Creator of the Year. And this is a fun one, guys. We got Elena Pierce, J.N. Lopez, Nick Merckx, Tim the Tatman, and Valkyrie. To me, guys, I think Nick Merckx deserves Content Creator of the Year just because of what he's built here with the M-Fam, and just he's really been building something special over there. But you know who else I think is kind of a dark horse is Elena Pierce. I think her, from a content creation perspective, she is great and she's awesome to watch. I could certainly see her winning. Valkyrie, I could see her win as well. But I think it really is going to come down to Nick Merckx. Elena Pierce would be kind of the runner-up here. And then we got Best Debut Game. These games, guys, I did not get a chance to play any of them, so I'm not even going to go there. The best esports athlete, you got Crimsix, Showmaker, Canyon, Shotzi, and Ziwu. Zaiwu, I think I'm not sure exactly how you say his name, but when it comes to the best esports athlete, there is no debate. It needs to be Crimsix. Crimsix just became the greatest Call of Duty player of all time. This is his year to win it. I know the story around Shotzi is incredible in the Call of Duty. Showmaker and Canyon in League of Legends, great stories as well, obviously. But I gotta say that it's got to be Crimsix, and I don't even think it's close. I really don't. I don't think it's even close. Crimsix should win this in a landslide. Next is Best Esports Coach. This is a tough one for me, guys. You got Zonic, Krusty, Grabs, Zephyr, and Rambo. And I'm going to go with Rambo. And the reason I'm going with Rambo, guys, he was the coach, of course, for the Dallas Empire in the very first year of the Call of Duty League, and they won. I think he did a fantastic job coaching that team, getting them to where they need to be. So I would love to see Rambo win it, but obviously I could see any one of these other coaches winning it. I would just like to see Rambo in Call of Duty League's first year. The best esports event, we had the Blast Premier Spring 2020 European Finals, Call of Duty League Championship 2020, IM Katowice 2020, League of Legends World Championship 2020, or the Overwatch League Grand Finals 2020. Guys, I would love to say the Call of Duty League Championship 2020. Obviously, some of these were all done from, remotely and such. But I think the most impressive of all of these, as far as esports events is concerned, is the League of Legends World Championship 2020. What Riot Games did there was something very special. I thought they continue to raise the bar when it comes to League of Legends and what is expected when it comes to really putting on a show for esports. Absolutely should be League of Legends World Championship. Now, this is an interesting one, guys. Best esports game. You got Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Valorant. And this one, guys, from an esports perspective, you probably have to give it to either League of Legends or Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike, they've been doing way too many events, so I think that is... I don't think that it should be considered the best esports game because of all the events they've got. League of Legends makes the most sense to me. Fortnite doesn't have enough. Valorant is kind of just getting started, and Call of Duty, I think, is on its way, to becoming really special. I just don't think it's there yet. Same thing with Valorant. I think they're both in the same kind of place right now. But League of Legends, to me, best esports game without a doubt. And then the best esports host. We got Golden Boy, Machine, Jocks, Dash, and Sheever. To me, guys, look, you can't go wrong with Golden Boy. I wouldn't mind seeing any of these people, any of these individuals winning it. Golden Boy is just an incredible esports host. Wouldn't be surprised if he wins it. But I think I would love to see any one of these people win. Now, best esports team. You got DM1 Gaming, Dallas Empire, G2 Esports, San Francisco Shock, or Team Secret. To me, guys, it's a no-brainer. It's the Dallas Empire, Call of Duty League's first year. They obviously from the beginning of the year, they, were, hyped up to be something really special. Then they got beat by the Huntsman, and then over the course of the year they said people doubted them, and they came out on top, winning it all. So I got them, but I wouldn't be surprised if DM1 Gaming would get this one. But that's it, guys. Those are all of the different categories. I believe, guys, that we're in for a really good show. I'm excited about it. Let me know who you guys think should win each of these categories in the comment section down below. And for more esports and gaming content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.